So this week, it really is something a little bit different.
Me and my wife Rasheen bought this Georgian property at auction around 6 months ago, and it needed a lot of work doing. But at least we were happy on first viewing.
Honey, I'm home. God, it smells of damp.
The garden was incredibly overgrown, and for those of you that are new, here is a whistle-stop tour of what we've done in the last 6 months. Here's how impressed Rasheen's parents were when they first viewed it.
Go on.
Leave that front door open, let some air through. What's this?
There's a load of work here I could do.
Yeah, I know.
You do?
I got the look.
The house itself was in a state, but the garden was even worse. Everything had just been left to rot and ruin. There were 5 sheds, all full of stuff that had just been stored up and used over the years. We got to unloading those, loading them into the van, taking them down to the tip, and we even had time for a little drink at the end. Inside was not much better. The walls were in pretty bad condition. It all needed to go back to brick, ceilings down, concrete render off, and a heck of a lot of tidying. We even had a couple of hornets' nests to deal with. But inside, we are in a pretty good place right now. We're back to the brick. We have just got to get all this spray insulation off, which is going to take a very long time, but something we have to do. Back to outside.
Looks like your hair's in the drain in the shower.
We had actually not got any drains at all, so we had to install some through this sandstone bedrock, which we did manage to get in. So we have drains around the property now. It's been good fun. It's not been without the odd injury.
Oh my God, I think I broke my knee.
But the main thing is we're enjoying it and we're looking forward to whatever comes next.
All the gear, no idea. Help me.
So let's get into this week's episode.
This week, we're taking more things down, but outside. The trees on the wall that were knocking the wall down have gone. Looks so much better, so chuffed with that. The next big job, so little pause on the inside work, is to get some hedges in. So you might notice some big changes behind me. The trees are gone. Really pleased. So much light is now in the garden up here, and it's just such a freer, lighter space. And people that walk past have said how much better the village looks and feels, because they were like overhanging, in the way. Nobody liked waiting at the bus stop because of the leaves, and they thought they might fall on them and die. So that's all gone now. Everyone's happy, we're happier. What we've got to do now is, sadly, I hate to say it, but poison the trees, because we don't want them to grow back. We don't want the roots to keep going in through the walls. So what I've got is some of these eco plugs. So what you do is you drill a hole straight into the trunk so you don't spray anything onto the ground, into the rest of the soil. Pop it in and then you just tap that, and that releases the glyphosate straight into the tree. So eco in the fact that they don't go into the rest of the ground, just into the tree. As horrible as it is to not let trees grow, these ones weren't in the best of condition. I'll show you now. They've got like rot coming through the middle. They're all falling over, damaging the wall. A lot of them were like had dead stems. So sadly they did need to go. But we are going to replace them with, one sec, Grisellina, or New Zealand privet, or posh privet it's also called. We got these at, I think they're meant to be about 5 foot from the top of the pot, so nice height. We thought we don't want to get them at like 9 inches tall because they'll take a long time to grow. So we got these, and we're going to put these just inside where the trees have come out. We have also got some David Austins. These ones are Princess Alexandra of Kent. We thought we'd put these just in front of the hedge on the garden side and try and make like a nice rose bush, about half the height. So looking at 1.8 metre, 2 metre hedge, and then just in front have a little rose bush going along. Hopefully it'll work. There's a bit of stuff in the way, so a bit of planning for that. Maybe a little bit early on getting the roses. But they're really nice. I love the roses. I love the smell of them, the look of them, brings in the bees. So it'll be nice. I'm looking forward to getting them in. And we got 15, just because, why not get 15? We just went for a totally random number. So will it work? I don't know. I think the big issue is over here, if you can see there, we're probably eventually going to get rid of them, but not yet, until the hedge is a bit bigger. So maybe get some roses in over there, just by the pond, but we'll see. How much light is there now? I mean, this was just all blocked off before. Couldn't see any sky, couldn't really see anything. And now, especially today, 32 degrees here, lovely blue skies. But this is what I mean about them kind of rotting a little bit from the inside and all in pretty bad condition. We're going to put the hedge in about here somewhere. So take all this out, dig a trench in, dig through all those lovely roots, and then hopefully we'll have a nice hedge in all the way along to the conservatory there. But for now, I've got to get 95, it's fallen over. Oh my God, that's how hot it is. The plants are lying down. But for now, it's 32 degrees. I've got 95 of these. I'm just bringing them through the back, and I might lift a few of the slabs where the greenhouse was, which is where we're going to put the trench for all these hedges, because it's quite warm. I've got training tonight at work, CPD, continued professional development, and then work all day tomorrow, and then we'll be here again the weekend. But it is meant to be cooler next week, so fingers crossed we can get a lot done then. So I've got 95 of these, and you might think, why have you got 95? Why not 100 or 90? We had 30, that's a heavy one. Oh no, I had two. We had 31 meters up to where we're putting the hedge in, and it's about 3 a meter. So that takes you to 93, and we got a couple just for good measure, a couple extra. So that's how we got to 95. And today is the kind of day, the kind of heat I should say, when everything annoys you. Because every 2 seconds, the water's on, but there's kinks in the hose. That's better. But overall, feeling a bit overwhelmed at the moment. There's just so much to do. Possibly why I had a migraine yesterday. I want the whole house to point, all the insulation, spray insulation in the loft to remove, dig this trench and put in nearly 100 hedges, ideally by October. Mostly here on my own at the moment. Rasheen's really busy with a really cool project of her own at the moment with the interior design work, so she hasn't got a huge amount of time to be here. Matt's a busy man, but Matt's very helpful. Very funny as well. Matt at work always says, "See, Ollie, I'm so funny," he says. "You should have me on all the time." Well, Matt, I want you all the time, but you're not free. So what do you want me to do? Get here and be funny and work with me. Same with Cameron. He's a busy man. Cameron's an actor, so he's got a lot of work on. And I'm hoping they'll be back in the next few weeks to give us a hand. And the roof is getting done in October, so in an ideal world, I'll have it all done by then. Mid-June now. I've got 3 months. Seems a long time, but when you're on your own, it's really not a long time. But as they say, Rome wasn't built in a day, and this house will definitely not be renovated in a day, a week, a month, or a year. The timeline of getting moved in just keeps getting further and further and further away. But we're making progress. You know, we want to get the hedges in, so I know we should really be doing inside, but I don't want to leave these until next year, and then you've lost like a foot of growth. So now these have had a good drink. I think I've got every one. I've lost count. That one's struggling a bit. Yeah, very sad Rasheen's not here. She's the fun, she's the life, she's the energy. So I'm afraid it's me, and I'm in shorts as well, which is horrible for everyone to see. That's been in the sun. That's so hot. I've got a Stanley knife. Don't know where. I have to say though, I nearly did the trees myself, but I thought it's on the road, the wall, public footpath, not worth it. Coming back and seeing them gone and not have had, I didn't have to lift a finger other than to make them a cup of coffee, was such a good feeling. Like, it's just done, they're done, there's no waste, don't have to go to the tip. Cost a bit, it was a couple of grand. Not the cheapest thing in the world, but for me to buy a chainsaw, get the right gear, dispose of it, like, your time's money. So chuffed, so chuffed. Oh no. You know, when I said it's a day where just everything annoys you? Plan B. Loads of different types of hedges we could have got as well. Cherry laurel, is it cherry laurel? It's like a super common, popular one. But apparently that can get well out of control if you don't maintain it. There's some other, like the native hedges they call it, which is like a common one in the countryside. I did like the idea of that, but in the winter it's deciduous, so it gets rid of the leaves. So in the winter you can kind of see through it, and we weren't so keen on that. We wanted something evergreen that kept its leaves, but also kind of looked a little bit decorative and a little bit smarter than the cherry laurel with the big shiny leaves. So that's sort of where we landed on this. Birds can still use it, nest in it, hide in it, all that. Easy to prune, maintain, grows well, grows thick. So we went for this, and then we thought the roses in front would give us a little bit of colour, a little bit for the bees, a little bit for the bugs and the insects and all that. So yeah, I'm super keen on making the garden as wildlife friendly as we can, as low maintenance as we can, and as nice looking as we can. No gardening experience, so it should be easy. Plan B's gone as Plan A went. What do you do? They're just all like, what do you do? Got a solution. Plan C, or Plan B.2. My old man rocking chair for under the oak tree is going to save me. Oh, but then the same's going to happen when I get further down. Trying to be slightly intelligent and water them every few. Otherwise I might not be able to reach them all properly. We have got, so in the house we're currently in, we've got a lot of very small dogs that bark a lot, which I don't really mind, because dogs bark, what can you do? If you have a dog, it's going to bark. I had a dog as a kid, it was a lovely dog. But he barked, he's a dog. But here we've got cows, and I quite like the sound of a cow mooing. I don't know about anybody else. Maybe not at 3 in the morning, but we haven't heard them at 3 in the morning yet. But they just kind of moo, and it's quite a nice kind of countryside noise. And then the tractors sound nicer than whipping traffic. There's some nice sounds. First thing, it's the dawn chorus, which is lovely. The birds going crackers for, I don't actually know why they chirp, but it's lovely. And we're also at that point where, you know, when people say, if you don't have noisy neighbours, you're the noisy neighbours. And we don't have noisy neighbours. So, go figure on that one. Let's get the rest. Just as well, give a shout out to Hope Grove Nurseries, where we got these plants from. They were, so there's no ads, nothing like that. I just love supporting like small businesses and word of mouth. Good feedback to them. My business and Rashin's business both rely on feedback and word of mouth. So I'm a physio, Rashin's an interior designer, and it's all the feedback that we get that helps our businesses and careers grow. So these guys were so helpful. We had a few questions. They got back to us really quickly, helped us out with guidance on planning. The woodpecker's back. I'm right near his food. We'll see if we can get him. What I'm pointing at is one of the upside down feeders, which woodpeckers like like to hang on to stuff to feed. No, I gave him like 10 minutes while I had a drink and he hasn't turned up. I've got to get these trees out. So I did get a video of, I assume, a mum and a baby, a dad and a baby, a parent and a baby, feeding, so I'll put that in, but it was only on my phone. But yeah, love the woodpeckers, nice bird, and there's loads of other birds. I could honestly could watch them all day. Some in the feeder over there now. All they need to do is feed. Hang on. All they need to do is eat, drink, and the other thing to keep their species alive. Lay eggs. There's something. I'd like to know everybody's favourite or most common garden bird. For us, it's the sparrow, the blue tits, probably I get in England. That's what we get a lot of. Goldfinch I get a few of here. Coal tit, great tit, blue tit are very common. The house martins are lively at the moment. The crows, obviously pigeons, like just seem to outpopulate humans. But yeah, it'd be cool to see if you like. I know a few people watch from the States and Australia, even Ireland. What's your common garden bird? Let me know. What a view now. How lovely does that look now? I don't look as lovely, but one more crate to go of these. It is a slower day today. It's 32 degrees I've just seen, and it feels it. Hot. So that is all of the hedge plant trees in. 95. Calling it a day today because it's just so hot. Got work in a couple hours. Got some training at work. So go home, take a shower, get to work, and then next on the list will be I'm going to do like a bit of a trial pilot hole, just see what those roots are like that I've got to dig through, decide on the line of the hedge, which my thinking is to get it about, say, like a metre inside the line of those trees, so that then in years to come, when the roots can get a bit lower, the trunks can get a bit lower, sorry, it'll be easier to like prune from the outside. I don't have to use scaffold and that because there's a bit of a decline of the footpath. So yeah, we'll have a look at that next time. That'll be a fun job, I'm sure, but hopefully not as hot. But it's progress. Really pleased with the hedges. Got them here finally. We took ages to decide. They are here, ready to go in. One of the lovely neighbours owns some horses up the road, and she said I can have as much horse manure as I like, which is lovely. So gonna get a load of that, get these in, and then once these are in, I think these for me now are the priority, because I just want them to get in, get bedded, get growing, and then they're in and done, and you can just forget about them. I know you got to water them a bit when they're fresh in, but I don't want to leave these till like September. It'll be too cold. So get these in, and then it will be back to the insulation, because that all has to be out by October. And then once that's out, the roof will get done. And if I have time this year, if it doesn't get too cold, got to be kind of above 10 degrees, I think, to point, I will also point the house. But nuts, have a go, guys, because honestly, what do we get quoted for the installation? 13 grand. Doing it myself. I got a scaffold tower for 700 quid. The chap was like, they'll hold their value, you'll get similar money for it when you sell it. Few tools, another couple hundred quid, so all in probably less than £1,000 I've spent, and I was quoted 13. Yes, I know it's time and work, but I'd rather put a few hours in than spend all that money. So have a go, because when you do this stuff, it seems scary, but you can do it. You can do more than you think. More than you think. And fingers crossed, you might see Rasheen soon as well. But like I said, she's got a really cool project. She's designing a bar. The fellas that own the bar, she used to go to drama university with. She did drama at uni with them. They now own the bar in Liverpool and said, hey, do you want to design it? So she's going to design it. I'll put a link. So many links. I'll put a link into her Instagram, and you guys can see the bar.
Cameron, hedge me. Getting a bit fed up of this. Oh, let's give you a little clean. Right, let me get in there.
Well,
I don't want a big mound. Can it be buried a bit?
Because if it's too high, it'll rot the
So
bottom of
you
the
digged
root.
out too much. Right, that's what you want. More work. I will buy those trousers. I will buy that dress, Ollie. Yes.
I'm not under there, everyone. I'm fine.
I think it needs some.
2, 1. You didn't 3, 2, 1.
Sorry.